Greetings, everyone. I hope that you're all having a wonderful and blessed Saturday. So many are talking about the fourth stimulus check timeline and when the fourth stimulus relief package will be passed. Here's your daily news report and stimulus check update. In this video, I will be going over the most realistic timeline for a fourth round of stimulus payments. The winners of this week's $75 Amazon gift card giveaway are Karen Carbone and Kathy Tamayo. Congratulations to both of you. Remember, everyone, that next Friday night, I will be giving away more gift cards. Please enter my giveaway. All you need to do is subscribe to my channel, and please also leave a comment below. Thank you so much, everyone. So millions of Americans are waiting for another round of stimulus checks for this year. Some lawmakers are asking for more relief money to be sent out, whether it's a one-time direct check or a recurring payment, citing broad support from the public and financial analysts. There are many others in Washington that have argued that even though the economy is slowly recovering, stimulus money still should be sent out to Americans who are financially struggling. According to a recent study, the first 3 stimulus checks helped reduce hardships like food insufficiency and financial instability. 2 more stimulus bills have been proposed since the American Rescue Plan became into law in March. It is very possible that one of these bills could extend or introduce more money through direct payments for specific groups of recipients, such as parents who earn below a certain income or people who are out of work. Multiple Democratic members of the House and Senate have thrown their weight behind a fourth stimulus check. Back in late March, a group of lawmakers had asked President Joe Biden to include regular stimulus payments in his next stimulus package. On May 17th, several members of the House Ways and Means Committee made a similar request. Remarking on increased poverty and spiraling debt among Americans, they noted that most people spent relief checks on monthly expenses or essentials such as food, utilities, rent, and mortgage payments. As part of the White House's economic stimulus strategy, the Future American Families Plan could potentially include more direct aid to individuals and families, such as a fourth stimulus check. If it approves recurring payments, this plan would be the next likely place for Congress to provide more funding in the form of a fourth stimulus check. If it makes the child tax credit raise permanent, money from the expanded child tax credit is set to start in mid-July, sending periodic payments to lower income and middle income families with children. In his speech before Congress, President Biden called on the House and Senate to extend the expanded child tax credit to the year 2025. If it passes a minimum wage hike, some senators continue to look for ways to boost the federal minimum wage, which currently stands at $7.25 per hour. In his speech before Congress, Joe Biden called on the legislators to raise the minimum wage to $15 per hour. Senators Romney and Kristen Sinema have also pitched a wage hike. Some proponents want to set the bar at a $15 hourly wage, but others are looking to only go up to $11 an hour. If it renews federal unemployment payments beyond this fall, along with recurring payments, some lawmakers had originally petitioned for federal unemployment assistance to extend beyond Labor Day this year. However, dozens of states have cut off extended benefits, and enhanced unemployment relief is not likely to continue beyond those expiration dates. We can definitely expect to see a lot of changes made to the next spending bill. If our lawmakers decide to use a budget reconciliation process once again, it would be much easier to pass a fourth round of stimulus checks without any Republican support. Also, if our lawmakers change the filibuster rules, a fourth stimulus check could be within reach. This week, Democrats in the U.S. Senate moved to start debate on voting rights legislation that has long been one of their key priorities. Although all 50 Democrats in the Senate voted in favor of advancing the legislation, the voting rights bill will not advance to the next step in the process. And that is because of a procedural rule called the filibuster. Under the current filibuster rules, lawmakers can block the debate on a bill, effectively rendering it dead unless it can get 60 votes in the Senate. And since there are just 50 senators who reliably vote with Democrats, they would need 10 Republicans to get on board to accomplish their legislative goals. Because of the defeat of the voting rights bill, many are ramping up pressure on Democratic lawmakers to make changes to the filibuster. while many on the left have been arguing in favor of a rule change since President Joe Biden took office. The calls for modifying or ending the filibuster have become more urgent as Democrats face a growing fear Biden's agenda will no longer work out as long as this procedural tool remains in place. If lawmakers respond to this pressure and make a change to the filibuster, that could significantly increase the chances of another stimulus check. If lawmakers change the filibuster rules, the goal of doing so would be to make it easier for Democrats to pass the legislation without any Republican support. And in my opinion, I think lawmakers should definitely use the budget reconciliation process to pass the infrastructure bill. So everyone, that is the end of the video for tonight. I hope you found this video helpful. Please enter my $75 Amazon gift card giveaway. All you have to do is subscribe to my channel, share and like this video, and please remember to leave a comment below. Thank you so much, everyone, and have a wonderful and blessed Saturday night.
Senator from Ohio.
First, I thank my colleague from North Carolina for his thoughts, and we are on the cusp of a vote here on legislation that would dramatically change the way we conduct our elections in this country. As my colleague said, are all elections perfect? No. But I got to tell you, I'm really proud of what we do in Ohio. We make it easy to vote. We also make it hard to cheat, and that's the right balance. This bill, S1, is called the For the People Act, but what it actually does is it strips away control from people in Ohio and elsewhere to be able to write election laws in our own states and centralizes that control here in Washington, D.C. That's not consistent with the Constitution or the Federalist Papers. In addition, some of its proposed changes attempt to undermine the First Amendment rights that we hold so dear as Americans. I'm proud of the way we conduct our elections in Ohio, in part because we've got high turnout. In fact, we had record turnout last year, and that's great. And I don't want to leave it up to federal employees here in Washington, D.C. to determine how our system should work in Ohio, which is what this legislation would do. I mentioned the Constitution earlier. It gives the primary power over election administration to the states. It's very clear about that. It also says in Federalist 59, which is Alexander Hamilton, who was the guy most interested in these Federalist issues, he said, it is clear that the federal government should only get involved in very extraordinary situations. Last fall, 5.97 million Ohioans cast a vote. That's a record, as I said. And it represented 74% of eligible voters in Ohio. Despite that, and despite the challenges of running the largest election in our state's history during an unprecedented pandemic, we ran what was widely reported on the right, on the left, by the media, as a secure and successful election. In fact, I think the most successful election we've ever had. Our state-run, bipartisan county boards of election with 2 Democrats and 2 Republicans in each county were able to do that because they know what's best for Ohio, and they're held accountable.